still lingers in the air, from words we threw without a care. The echoes of a slammed front door still shake the floor.
Your glass is empty on the table. We were strong but not that stable. Two hearts racing out of control, now paying every toll.
We were sparks and gasoline, too intense to stay serene. Thought the flames would light the way, but they burned away. After the fire, what remains? Just scattered ash and stains of everything we knew.
After the shouting fades to gray, there's nothing left to say, just me without you.
Even though the heat is gone, the damage lingers on in every shattered dream.
After the fire dies, nothing's what it seems.
Your reflection in the glass feels like someone from the past.
I barely recognize the hurt behind my eyes.
We were fearless, we were loud, standing tall against the crowd.
But even mountains made of stone can crumble on their own.
If love is built on fragile ground,
It only takes one reckless sound to tear the whole thing down without a warning sign.
after the fire,
In the dark, I search for one small spark
to guide me through the night.
Maybe someday I'll forgive the way we chose to live and how we lost the fight.
But loving you was real and true.
Even if it broke us in two, even if it's over now.
After the fire, I'm still learning how. After the fire, in the dark, I search for one small spark.
To guide me through the night.
Your suitcase by the staircase stands like a truth we never planned. The echo of your quiet sigh still lingers in goodbye. The walls remember every fight, every tear we hid at night. Now silence sits between our hearts, tearing us apart. We were diamonds in the dust, built on passion, built on trust. Never thought we'd lose the flame or shift the blame. On the night we let go, watched our love fall slow, like rain against the glass. Every promise we made, every dream we laid, fading used to talk until the dawn, like nothing could go wrong. Barefoot dancing in the rain, laughing through the pain. Your hand would always find my own, like it had always known. Two restless hearts without a map, never fearing cracks. We were fearless, we were young, saying love was more than enough. Never thought the tide could change or drift away. Back when we were brave, before we learned to be afraid, we believed in every word. Back when we were strong, holding on so long, even when it hurt. Now the silence fills the air where we used to swear we would never part. Back when we were brave, you were my heart. Now the hallway feels too wide, like there's nowhere left to hide. Your shadow doesn't cross the floor like it did before. We built our kingdom out of trust, but promises can rust, and even gold can lose its shine when we ignore the signs. If I could find the younger flame, call your reckless name, would we choose a different road or carry the same load? Back when we were brave, love was more than what we gave. It was everything we knew. Now I'm standing in the rain, trying to explain how I'm losing you. Maybe time will let me see who I'm meant to be beyond this broken start. But back when we were brave, you were my door was open, lights were low, your footsteps soft, prepared to go. A quiet storm behind your eyes, no more alibis. The air was thick with almost tears, heavy with unspoken fears. We stood like strangers in the hall, watching shadows fall. We were oceans deep and wide, now just waves pulled by the tide. Somewhere lost between the truth and our pride, in the space between goodbye, where we don't ask why. I still reach for you in the silence of the room, in the fading bloom. There's nothing I can do, even if the night moves on, even if you're gone. You're the echo in my mind, in the space between goodbye. I leave my heart behind. Your perfume call my name, but it's never the same. We were lightning in the dark, brilliant with a fragile spark. But even stars that burn so bright disappear from sight. If love is just a fragile thread, why does it pull when hope is dead? I trade tomorrow's rising sun for one more don't be done. In the space between goodbye, where the tears won't dry, I finally understand love can break but still remain, like a soft unhealed pain etched upon my hand. Maybe time will let me heal, maybe I will learn to feel something new someday. But in the space between goodbye, you forever stay. Your suitcase left a hollow sound when it rolled across the ground, like thunder in a quiet room, sealing our doom. The curtain swayed in silver light, we didn't even try to fight. Two tired hearts too warm to say the love we gave.
We were castles in the sand, built with shaking hands. Never thought the tide would rise before our eyes.
We were flying on paper wings, fragile little things, caught inside the wind. Every promise that we made slowly started to fray, tearing from within. Even if I close my eyes, I still see us rise above the ocean blue. But paper wings can't hold the sky, and I lost you. Your voice still lingers in my mind, like a song I can't rewind. We were reckless, burning bright, falling through the night. Every laugh and every scar showed us who we are. But love that stretched too far apart can split a heart. If I could gather every tear, trade my doubt and fear, I build a stronger than before and beg for more. We were flying on paper wings, chasing bigger things than we could ever hold. Though tomorrow I'll stand tall and try to let it fall. Some stories stay untold, maybe time will let me paper wings can't hold the sky. And I still miss you. Porch light flickers in the cold, like stories left untold. Your keys are gone from where they hung, but your song is still unsung. I walk the floor at 2 a.m., replay it all again, the way you looked before you left, so calm, so out of breath. We were standing on a line between forever and goodbye, too stubborn just to say we were afraid. Beneath the quiet sky, I let the hours pass me by, still waiting for your call. Every star above my head shines on words we never said, echoing through it all. Even if the night moves on, even if the dawn finds me here alone, there's a peace I can't deny. You're carved into my bones. Your laughter haunts the empty room, like perfume out of bloom. I catch my breath, I turn around, but you know where to be found. We were wildfire in the wind, too fierce to ever bend, but flames that dance without control can swallow something whole. If love was more than just a spark, why does it fade into the dark? I'd give up all my pride tonight to make it beneath the quiet sky. I finally realize some loves are meant to scar. Though tomorrow I will stand with a steadier hand. I'll remember who you are. Maybe healing takes its time. Maybe I'll be fine. Maybe I'll let you go. But beneath this quiet sky, my heart still says no. There's a single light still on downstairs, like it's waiting for your steps on the stairs. Your shadow used to fill this space, now it's just an empty place. The clock keeps ticking way too loud, like it's calling out what we're without. I never thought I'd see the day you'd slowly walk away. We were stronger than the storms, wrapped inside each other's arms. Never thought we'd lose the ground we found. You were the last light on before the night went wrong, before the silence came. You were the steady flame, the shelter from the rain. Now nothing feels the same, even if the dark moves in. And I try to just pretend there's no replacing you. You were the last light on, the only truth I knew. Your laughter lingers in the hall, like a distant curtain call. I close my eyes and see your face, but time won't be erased. We were reckless, we were fast, never thinking it wouldn't last. Two hearts running toward a dream that slept between the seams. If I could hold you one more night before we lost the fight, I'd tell you what I never said before you left. You were the last light on, now I'm learning to be strong, with shadows by my side. Though tomorrow waits for me, and someday I'll be free. Tonight I cannot hide. Loving you was worth the fall, worth the pain and worth it all, even though we're through. You were the last light on, and I still see you. There's a crack across the ceiling now, like the silence hanging in this house. Your coffee cup still by the sink, frozen in the edge of what we think. I hear the clock, but time stands still. Every second bends to your will. Your picture fading on the wall, but I remember all. We were young and unafraid, promises we thought we'd never break. Now the truth is cold and clear. Love disappeared. We're just ashes of us, scattered in the dust. For words we couldn't say. Every tear we cried, every night we tried, was a wave we couldn't brave. Even though the fire's gone, the smoke keeps holding on, drifting through down the hall, though you're not here at all. I reach across the empty bed, still hearing what you said. We were thunder in the sky, too loud to ask why. Two hearts running fast and blind, leaving peace behind. If love is just a fragile flame, why do I still feel the pain? I'd walk through every storm again just to feel your hand. We're just ashes of us, falling without trust, like embers in the rain. But somewhere in the dark there's a tiny spark calling out your name. And even if you're gone for good, if I only could, I'd choose you every time. Through the wreckage and the scars, you'll always be my hardest goodbye. The clock keeps ticking on the wall, like it knows we're bound to fall. Your suitcase waiting by the door, I've seen that look before. The air is heavy, hard to breathe, with words we never dared to speak. Your eyes avoid the truth in mine, like crossing fragile lines. We were dancing on thin ice, rolling hearts like loaded dice, thinking love would never fade or slowly break. Before the morning comes, before the damage done, tell me there's a way to stay, before the sun can rise, before goodbye. Don't let us slip away, even if we lost the spark, even if it's getting dark, there's still a flame inside. Don't let the night decide what we can't revive. Your fingers tremble in my hand, like you don't understand how something strong and so alive could barely now survive. We built a world from simple dreams, seams splitting at the seams, two fighters growing tired and worn from promises once sworn. If pride is what's between us now, let's lay our weapons down somehow. I'd rather lose the fight tonight than lose your life. Before the morning comes, before we come undone, look at me and say my name. Let the silence break for our own sake, before it's too late. If love is bruised but still alive, then maybe we can still survive, rewrite what we became before the morning comes. Choose us again. radio plays our favorite song, but it feels so wrong tonight. Your side of the bed is cold as stone. No warmth, no soft goodnight. I drive past places we used to go, where laughter filled the air. Now every street light seems to know you're no longer there. We were written in the stars, but somehow lost the spark. Now I'm searching in the dark for where we fell apart. This is the last time we were us, before the fall, before the rust, before the silence grew between our hearts. We were fire in the rain, we were dancing through the pain. Now we're just two worlds apart. Even if I let you go, there's one thing you should know: you'll always leave your mark. You were my light, my only truth, my shelter in the dark. Hanging by the door, like you're walking any day. I still hear your footsteps on the floor, though they've all faded away. We were reckless, we were wild, running fast, chasing dreams. But love can turn from sweet to fragile quicker than it seems. If I could turn back time somehow, I'd hold you closer now. But all I have are memories and echoes of your sound. This is the last time we were us, before the cracks turned into dust, before goodbye was all we had. Though tomorrow I'll move on and learn to be strong, there's a part of me still sad, because loving you was real. It was everything I feel, and nothing will replace the way you looked at me that night, with forever in your face. There's a hollow in this quiet room, like a winter came too soon. Your shadow lingers on the wall, but you don't call anymore. Keep the curtains half drawn tight, afraid to face the morning light, 'cause daylight shows what's really true. There's no more me and you. We were diamonds in the dark, burning with a fragile spark. Now I'm holding broken pieces of my heart. Where the light used to be, there's a space inside of me that no one else can fill. Every word we didn't say still echoes in the grave, and it always will. Even if I try to run, even if I come undone, you're written in my soul like a song without an end, like a wound that won't let go. Your name is carved into my mind, in every silent line. I hear your laughter in the rain, soft and full of pain. We were standing on the edge, too proud to make a pledge, and love slipped through our hands like water through the sand. If I could hold you one last time, I'd say the words I left behind. But time is cruel and love is blind, and fate won't realign. Where the light used to be, there's a fading memory of everything we had. Though tomorrow I'll pretend that my heart can mend, it still feels so sad. Maybe someday I'll believe there's more than what we couldn't keep, more than shattered dreams. But tonight I stand alone, with your ghost between the seams. The windows open to the night, cold air cuts like quiet knives. Your whisper lingers in the dark, a fading spark in broken light. I walk across the wooden floor where we used to be before. Every step a memory of how it used to be. We were fearless in the flame, calling out each other's names. Never thought the fire would fade or love would change. Now it's echoes after you. All I hear is truth ringing in my head. Every promise that we made slowly starts to fade, but the words we said still tremble in my chest, never let me rest. No matter what I do, all that's left tonight are echoes after you.
Your jacket's gone from by the door, but I still feel you more and more, like perfume hanging in the air, like you're still there.
We were lightning in the sky, shining bright and asking why. Two hearts racing toward a storm we couldn't outrun.
If I could turn the clock around, before our love hit the ground, I'd hold you through the falling rain and take the blame.
echoes after you. There's a crack across the mirror now, like a promise we don't know how to put back into place again, like we were back then. Your footsteps fading down the stairs, heavy with unspoken prayers. I almost called your name out loud, but silence was too proud. We were riding in the dark, tracing love with fragile hearts. Never thought the ink would bleed from what we need. Between the lines we broke and every word we spoke, there's a truth we couldn't face. All the dreams we drew slowly fell into leaving empty space. Even if we try to hide, there's no place for pride. When love starts to choke, we lost more than we could see. Between the lines we broke. Your sweater still hangs on the chair, like you might still be there. I reach out but touch the air and find despair. We were wildfire in the cold, too intense to hold, burning bright without a plan. Now just ash in my hands. If I could turn the page tonight, erase the fight, I'd hold you close and let it be just you and me. Between the lines we broke, there's a fragile hope that maybe we could mend. Though tomorrow calls my name and nothing stays the same, I still pretend maybe love was never meant to stay without a dent, without a scar to show. But I still feel you in my chest, more than you will ever know. Between the lines we broke. I found your letter in a drawer tonight, hidden underneath the fading light. The words were fragile, torn and blue, still smelling faintly just like you. Outside the window, autumn cries, leaves falling like our last goodbyes. I trace the ink with shaking hands, trying hard to understand. We built a world on whispered dreams, but nothing's ever what it seems. And now I'm standing here alone, Rain is carving down the street like the rhythm of defeat. Your name's still burning on my tongue like a song left half sung. There's a picture on the shelf, I can't take it down myself. Every smile frozen there feels too much to bear. We were standing at the edge, balancing on broken pledges. Never thought we'd slip so far from who we are. Now I'm holding pieces of the blue, fragments of me and you, scattered on the floor. Every word we threw away still finds a way to hurt a little more. Even if the sky turns gray, even if I walk away, you're the ache I can't undo. I'm still holding pieces of the blue. Your laughter lingers in my mind like a clock I can't rewind. We were reckless, we were bright, running through the night. Two hearts beating out of sync, closer to the brink. We thought love would pull us through, but it slipped like morning dew. If I could gather every shot of this broken, battered heart, I'd build a bridge across the truth and run to you. Still I'm holding pieces of the blue, everything we knew fading into dust. Though tomorrow I'll stand tall and try to let it fall and try to trust. Maybe time will make it right, turn the dark to light, show me something new. But tonight I'm lost inside. The pieces of the blue. I found the words I couldn't say, folded up and packed away in the drawer beside my bed, with all the tears I never shed.
Your goodbye still fills the room like fading roses out of bloom. Every corner of this place still remembers your embrace.
We were strong, or so it seemed, building castles out of dreams. Never thought the tide would turn or bridges burn. These are letters I never sent, full of love and deep regret. Every line still bleeds your name, all the chances that we missed, all the nights we used to kiss. Nothing feels the same, even if you moved along. In my heart you still belong, like a melody that stays. These are letters I never sent, lost in yesterday.
If I could rewrite that scene, say the things I really mean, I'd tear these pages into two and run to you.
These are letters I never sent. All the love that heaven lent still echoes in my chest. Though tomorrow waits for me, and someday I'll be free. Tonight I must confess, loving you was worth the fall, worth the heartbreak, worth it all, even with the pain. These are letters I never sent, but I'd write them all again. Yeah, the street is quiet after 9, like it's holding back the time. Your laughter used to fill the air, now it's nowhere. The picture frames are slightly cracked, like something we can't take back. I run my fingers through the dust of broken trust. We were stronger than we knew, wrapped in something true. Never thought the sky could fall at all. Now I'm living with half of a heart, trying to restore what I can't replace. Every memory we made refuses to fade from this empty space. Even if I learn to breathe without you next to me, there's something torn apart. I'm just a shadow of myself with half of a heart. Your name still burns upon my lips, like a truth that always slips. We were reckless, we were free, blind to what could be. Two silhouettes against the dawn, swearing we would carry on. But even vows can slowly bend and finally end. If love was meant to make us whole, why did it take its toll? I'd give up all I am tonight to make it right. Now I'm living with a heart, learning in the dark how to stand alone, though tomorrow waits for me, and someday I'll be free. This ache has grown, maybe time will stitch the seam between what was and what has been, and help me play my part. But until that day arrives, I'll beat with half of a heart.